So you can think of chemistry as being a system of information with a set of axioms or laws that govern the discrete structure of that system, um, which interacts in and of itself within the context of what we call chemistry. And so the chemical equations you can think of as strings of data, and you can think of them as strings of information that exist in lines of code or in a program. And each of those lines of code, um, a chemical reaction is essentially the program um, and its result um, for those lines of code, those equations, and then you can think of the basically, if we have a separate reality that is parallel to our own, and inside a greater reality, and an inertial force acts on that reality, and that reality has a collision with our reality, um, something bizarre could happen, like reality could not be made of chemicals, and then we would have a non-chemical or unpredictable result. We could have a neutral result. We could have a result where the interaction causes the strings of data to continue forever. So it'd be like mowing your lawn. The combustion that you would use to mow your lawnmower would have combustion energy um, for an infinite computational time. Um, and so you can think of, like, for instance, um, the strings of data may not make sense together, or maybe they make sense together in a way that's non-interpretable, or they make sense together in a way that results in something unexpected, or unusual compared to the norm. Like, for instance, you could be mowing your lawn, and the results of that program could be that that chemical equation could be that you essentially end up standing on your head, and you wonder, how is that connected to a chemical equation? Well, if you look at the derivatives of that program, the lines of code, you would basically get a simulation that does exactly that. Things like magic could exist in that reality. Um, it's a form of um, understanding reality that's much larger, and you can think of it as our reality exists as one parallel bubble amongst many other parallel bubbles, and kind of like goldfish bowls stacked on top of each other in a square matrix of voxels. And so, with space between them, and so, you know, that inertial force acts initially on one of those realities that collides with ours. But generally, anything that can happen with a program um, or between a program and actual reality, or a program and something that we have no idea what it is, um, would give us um, very specific general results. and we can specify that those would be the results, the general results that any program would give you, no matter what program you're working with, because there's a limited set of results that a program can give you, in general.